Good evening, welcome to HQ Trivia. Tonight is our dinosaur-themed show. I'm Beric Livingstone and we're going on a journey from some of the most fascinating life on Earth through catastrophic natural disaster and on 66 million years to the characters that shaped what we know about dinosaurs today, who include medicine men in ancient China, 19th century industrialists who bankrupted themselves in the pursuit of fossils, and Hollywood actors bidding against each other for dinosaur bones, only to have to hand them over to the authorities. When you start digging, the stories are amazing. Now, you know the drill. We're hunting for £1,000 and it's yours to win or split if you can answer all 12 of tonight's questions correctly. Use an extra life to stay in the game except on the final cue. Okay, let's get paleontological. Here comes Q1. Which of these is thought to be a possible cause of the mass extinction of non-avian dinosaurs? King Kong, Pokemon, and asteroid. We're talking about the Cretaceous Paleogene extinction event, of course, where 3/4 of plant and animal life was destroyed. King Kong killed a bunch of dinosaurs in the movies, but what took out the rest of them? A geodude from space. It was an asteroid. And flying on 114,443 of you, 824 thought Pokemon. It's time for you to Pokemon Go, I'm afraid. The big bye-bye happened around 66 million years ago, wiping out the giant lizards to give the mammals a turn. Now, happy birthday to Omar, a big hello to Hannah, Jeremy and Lennon, the paleontology gang, to Ryan, Ben and Ewan, to the legend that is Martin Ramsden, to Zach Hammond, and quick respect to Mary Anning, an amazing figure in dinosaur history who was hugely underappreciated in her time because she was a woman. Here's to better times ahead. Q2. Some dinosaurs had bones that contained which substance? Tomato soup, curly fries, air. First documented dino bone comes from the 1600s, but for thousands of years, the Chinese have been finding things they call dragon bones, using them in medicine. Now, the dinosaurs would have died out far sooner if they were made of curly fries. Nature's balloon animals, their bones were full of air. Yes, a bit of skeletal pneumaticity going on there for 113,142 if you got that right. Dino bones may be huge, but the air-filled section kept them from being massive as well. Don't forget that Sunday is our big money game. There is an £8,000 prize and our usual range of questions on all subjects. Join us for that. Now let's turn back time again and go on to Q3. Which of these is the name of a dinosaur considered to be one of the most intelligent? Troodon, Thesaurus, Studius. It's because it has a proportionally larger brain, unlike the Stegosaurus, which is the size of a van with the brain of a walnut. Now, a thesaurus will help you sound ostentatious and vainglorious, but good luck finding one 70 million years ago. Clever girl, it's the Troodon. Yes, the Troodon, 60,580 if you got that right. We lost 41,000 to Thesaurus. Well, sorry about that. The meat eater would hardly give Einstein a run from its money, but he should still be running nonetheless. On to Q4. Which of these is the closest living relative to the T-Rex? Chicken, iguana, crocodile. I think I've got a close living relative that's similar to the T-Rex, but let's not go there. Crocs were around at the same time, but they're more of a neighbor than a relative. From tasting dinosaurs to tasty drumsticks, it's the chicken. Chicken is the answer we wanted here. 40,255, you got that right. I thought that was quite a tricky question. Researchers have strapped artificial tails to chickens to see how the T-Rex walked. Answer, ridiculously. Q5. Dinosaurs first appeared during which of these geological periods? Jurassic, Triassic, Cretaceous. If we made the history of the Earth narrowed down to 24 hours, dinosaurs appeared at 10:56 p.m. and humans at 11:58. Now, they're laying waste to Jurassic World as we speak, but when did they first show up? Despite sounding like a threequel, it was the Triassic period, and triumphant are 12,139 of you. We lost 30,000. I think we'll call that a savage question. Savageosaurus on Q5, 30,000 of you Vangisaurusing away. Dinosaurs announced their arrival 245 million years ago, back when the continents were part of a single landmass, the Triassic period. Q6. Which scientist originally coined the term dinosaur? Richard Owen, Louis Leakey, Charles Darwin. Yep, we know it means terrible lizard. Now they're thinking that dinosaurs might have been warm-blooded and not lizard-like at all. Darwin named every other animal, but he let someone else have a go here. Leaving Leakey to ancient humans, it was Richard Owen. Richard Owen, 9,399 if you got that right. Sir Richard was the first person to recognize that dinos were different to modern reptiles, coining the term Dinosauria in 1842. Q7. Which of these is not scientifically a type of dinosaur? Gasosaurus, Achillobeta, Pterodactyl. Another one that's not a dinosaur anymore is a Brontosaurus, because it was found to be the same as the Apatosaurus, and because that was named first, they wiped the Brontosaurus off the map. Now, it may sound like a Schwarzenegger character, but Achillobeta is legit. However, born to soar but not to dino, it's the Pterodactyl, meaning winged finger, and 5,576 of you knew it. Well done. They lived and died during the same period, but pterodactyls are a different type of reptile to dinosaurs. On to Q8. Dinosaurs are typically classified into two main categories based on which body part: teeth, spine, pelvis. We have Harry Seeley to thank for this. Back in 1888, he split the two main categories. I'd be watching those terrifying teeth, but what are the paleontologists looking at? Right in the Elvis, it's their pelvis. Swinging your hips for victory, 2,631. Yeah, lost just over half of you there. Shakira's right again, as dinos are divided into those with lizard hips and those with bird hips. Ironically, it's the lizard hips that are more like modern-day birds, but there we go. Q9. Inspired by the country in which it was discovered, which of these is an actual generic name of a dinosaur? Ecuadorosaurus, Perusaurus, Argentinosaurus. Yep, a man found a leg bone. He thought it was a bit of wood, and that was how this one turned up. They also found a vertebra that was bigger than a man. They sound like punchlines to a joke, but which of them is dead serious for a dinosaur name? From the tooth of South America, it's the Argentinosaurus. Argentinosaurus, 2,356, if you got that. More than I thought would. Well done. Discovered by Guillermo Heredia in 1987. It was the biggest dinosaur anyone had found at that point. Okay, 3 to go. Q10. Which of these dinosaurs was not discovered in Britain? Panoplosaurus, Neovenetador, Iguanodon. Another one not found in Britain was the Quantosaurus. That was found in Australia in the 1990s that is, and it was named after the Australian airline, believe it or not, which used to carry lots of dinosaur bones around. But back to the UK, we're hardly an iguana hotspot, but their namesake spent at least some time here. However, the herbivore with the foreign passport, it's the Panoplosaurus. Yeah, meaning fully armored lizard. 859 if you got that right. We lost 1,600 odd there. Plenty of Panoplosaurus have popped up in Canada, but we've yet to uncover even a hint of one here. 2 to go. Q11. Which of the following is true about the Megalosaurus? Heaviest ever dinosaur, oldest known dinosaur, first named dinosaur. It may turn up in Ark Survival or in the Crystal Palace. It's a hefty name, but he wasn't the heaviest dino out there. The trailblazer of titles, it was the first named dinosaur. And naming victories, 697 of you. Okay, now Dino Domes at the ready because we are roaring into the final round. Some very brainy paleontological people here. 697 of you getting that right. 68 people using extra life. 69 using extra lives to get back in. £1,000 to play for. One last question. Here comes Q12. American paleontologist Edward Cope famously made which error when reconstructing a dinosaur skeleton? Put a skull on its tail, put a claw on its nose, put teeth on its feet. This is the man who fought the Bone Wars and nearly went bankrupt trying to find fossils. His rivalry with a fellow paleontologist was full of bribery, theft, and public attacks, but which of these mistakes got him quite the mocking? Well, his middle name was Drinker, and maybe this is why. He was also a bit of a butt brain because he only went and put the skull on the dinosaur's tail. 210 of you knew that. 210 winners tonight. Well done to you 210. You did marvelously in our dino-themed quiz, digging up a victory there. You are taking home £4.76. So huge congratulations to Robot Attack. To someone with a husky in a rainbow there. The husky looks a bit bemused, but I believe it's flying, having a good time. To Vixterama, looks a bit surprised, but maybe you are surprised you won. Well, you shouldn't be. Well done, you. To Bigfoot's son, who's wearing a nice shirt. Bigfoot's obviously got more dress sense as the generations go down. To some people in a nice igloo, well done to all of you. The list of legendary figures in the world of dinosaurs grows longer, with you lot excavating a win, or at least uncovering some new knowledge. I hope so. Well done, you legends. I'm Beric Livingstone. Thank you for joining me tonight. If you feel like following me on Twitter or Insta, that would be lush. I'm at Beric Living. Let me know how you did. There'll be another theme night next week. Details will be announced soon. Meanwhile, we are back tomorrow at 3 p.m. for our usual game of mixed questions and another £1,000 prize. Really hope you can join us then. But for now, from me, good night.